From Feature Story News in Washington, I'm Simon Marks with the Week in Review. And the week ended with yet more disarray on Capitol Hill as arguments continued among Democrats about President Biden's domestic agenda. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Nancy Pelosi, now says the president's Build Back Better public spending plan may not secure congressional support until the end of November. The Democrats paid the price this week for their internal warfare, losing the race to become Virginia's next governor. A Republican, Glenn Youngkin, won a shock-come-from-behind victory.
We are going to start that transformation on day one.
His win in Virginia and a stronger-than-expected Republican performance in New Jersey terrified Democrats. They fear the Republicans will now recapture both houses of Congress in midterm elections next year. The election results came hours after President Biden returned to the US from COP26 in Glasgow. At the Climate Change Summit, he insisted America was reclaiming a position of world leadership, and he chided the leaders of China and Russia for staying away.
The fact that China trying to assert, understandably, a new role in the world as a world leader, not showing up? Come on.
Environmental activists say they've been disappointed by COP26 so far. Greta Thunberg telling supporters that it's a business-as-usual talking shop, despite agreements to reduce deforestation and global dependence on coal. Britain was rocked by a political scandal. A member of the governing Conservative Party resigned from Parliament after Prime Minister Boris Johnson tried to defend him against corruption allegations, but then, amid furious opposition, changed his mind. FSN's Ollie Barrett covered that story from London.
Owen Paterson standing down, not by any means admitting guilt after the process that he says he has found unfair that led to the recommended suspension of him from the House of Commons. He says he's resigning because of the treatment that he's received and his family has received in recent days and the atmosphere around the story.
28 million 5 to 12-year-olds got the green light to get vaccinated against COVID-19 in the USA. The CDC and the FDA gave their blessing. And Pfizer announced what US officials called incredible results regarding the efficacy of a pill to treat the virus. It will now be studied further by international medicines regulators. The world of entertainment mourned the loss of Lionel Blair. He died at the age of 92 after 60 years in show business. He tap danced with Sammy Davis Jr. He was a singer, a beloved actor, and a hugely popular presence on a variety of British quiz programmes. From bureaus worldwide, this is FSN. Job openings and key inflation data will be in focus on Wall Street in the coming week. Investors will be looking to build on last week's strong momentum that was fueled by a stronger-than-expected jobs report. With the preview from FSN's business desk in New York, Will Denzelo.
Last week, the Federal Reserve announced it's tapering its bond-buying programme, but indicated it will remain patient on when to start raising interest rates. Inflation has been a concern for the Fed, but the central bank expects pricing pressures to be transitory. This week, Consumer Price Index data, a key inflation tracker, out Wednesday, will be watched closely. Turning to the labour market, data out last week showed the economy added a better-than-expected 531,000 jobs in October. But there were more than 10 million job openings in August, and investors hope September's figures, out on Friday, will show an improvement.
Texas and 10 other states are suing the Biden administration, attempting to overturn what they insist are unconstitutional vaccine mandates. From FSN's bureau in Austin, Tony Waterman is covering that story.
Texas called the vaccine mandate bad policy and bad law, asking the court to strike it down. The suit comes just a day after the Biden administration set a January 4th deadline for private companies with 100 or more employees to ensure their workforces are either vaccinated or undergoing weekly testing. Certain healthcare workers must be fully vaccinated. The White House says the requirements are necessary to halt the virus's spread, but at least 18 states have now filed lawsuits to block its enforcement, arguing it's an overreach of federal powers.
Stories we'll be reporting in the coming week. Once again, the Democrats' efforts to pass Joe Biden's domestic legislative agenda. The second week of COP26 in Glasgow. Will it yield much progress? And a crucial Communist Party meeting convenes in Beijing. And that's the Week in Review from Feature Story News. Simon Marks reporting.